and Views with the Rabbi. This platform is for all religions and much more. Please watch Millennium News 24 every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We are streaming on live TV and podcast, iOS and Android services, and all smart TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Globally, we are on Horizon Satellite. Our website is MillenniumTV24.com, MillenniumNews24.com, all social media, Millennium News 24. Good afternoon. I am Garth Marchant, the host. Good afternoon. This is Garth Marchant, the host of News and Views with the Rabbi. Today we have a special show, two-part. First, we're dealing with the mayoral campaign, and second, we're dealing with the Congo, where there's a peace treaty. Thanks to the help of Dr. Noor, the head of Millennium TV, we're able to get the news out there. Now there's a peace deal being set to stop the killing. So before we continue, I'd like to have a moment of silence for the people that are died in the storm in Texas. Yes, and we say a special prayer. Baruch atah Adonai, blessed be the Lord thy God, King of the universe. We thank you for the lives of those young people that have died, and we ask you, dear Lord, to bond their lives forever in the book of life. May their soul rest in peace. Also, if you're wondering why I wear this, it's a rabbi thing, Ashkenazi prayer shawl, and you only usually wear this in the synagogue. But today is a special day, meaning that I'm saying a prayer for the people who died in the storm. This is why I'm wearing this today, if you wonder. And also, there's a piece going on with Netanyahu being at the White House. So we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu veleko olam. Blessed be the Lord thy God, King of the universe. Dear Lord, we ask you to create peace, to stop the killing of the Palestinians in Palestine. Stop the killing. No more killing. And let's create the peace. And let's bring the hostages home. And we know that you are the creator and you have the power to do this. And we ask you in the most high and holy name, Baruch Hashem, hallelujah, amen. Now we have a special guest now, Mr. Eric Stevens, former assemblyman in the Bronx and one of the hosts on Millennium TV. Mr. Stevens, we're here to address the issue of the memorial campaign. So could you proceed?
Well, it's great to be on the other side talking as a guest on Millennium News, my favorite TV network that broadcasts the best of news and information anywhere on the planet. So it's an honor to be coming in as a guest on News 24 with my good friend and president and CEO of Millennium News, Mr. Noor, who works so tirelessly to keep the world informed on up-to-date news. So thank you, and it's an honor to be here.
The Democratic nominee for mayor of New York, Mr. Mamdani.
Yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of people are attacking him for some reason, right? I'm a rabbi, I'm Jewish, and I'm against the killing in Palestine. The Holy Torah.
What does the killing in Palestine have to do with? I don't understand.
Because they're attacking him that he wants to end father and he's against Israel and that kind of thing because he took
he's not against Israel or any of that.
I'm explaining.
Israel itself, the residents of Israel themselves are against the killings of the Palestinian people as well.
Right. So because you take a position against that, does that make me anti-Semitic?
No.
So people are using this.
It makes you pro-human. That's what it does.
It makes it, being anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? There's a lot of rabbis. I have interviews. We could go back to those interviews where a lot of the rabbis, the rabbi upstate in Muncie and all those places where it said, we are for the Palestinians.
Well, listen to this. I see many Jewish people out there supporting Mandani. And not just that, you have many Jewish volunteers out there supporting Mandani. So if it was any case of this being any truth to it, they would not be backing him. Some of us see through the smoke screens, and that's not the case. People are trying to constantly divide and keep us divided. There's a new visionary on the scene today. He has a vision for the people. He has a vision for all people. It's not about your religion, not about your color, not about race. It's about a vision of righteousness for people to live in peace. That's what the man's about.
And I get a lot of hate response because of what I did, right? And you know what I mean? I'm Jewish, right? I don't have to apologize for my Jewishness. Nobody can contest it because my mother is a white Jew that came from Portugal in the Spanish Inquisition. They're her ancestors, right? So I'm a Sephardic Jew, right? Nobody can question that. They say if your mother is a Jew, you're a Jew. My mother is a white Jew, right? So nobody can question my Jewishness. So when people say, how could you be a Jew? And how all those white Jews, what
are we getting at, Rabbi? Let's get to what we have to get on now.
No, but I'm saying, what I'm trying to point out is that this whole thing becomes like everybody that talks about Palestine or the thing is anti-Jewish. No. And what I'm trying to explain,
no.
And that the white Jews control, there's a lot of, most of the people, let me explain, most of the people in Israel are people of color.
Let's talk our time and let's talk about Mandani.
I'm getting there, but you have to clear the conception of him being anti-Semitic. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay? There's no such thing as that.
Well, I don't hear everyone saying that. I see many Jewish people backing him, many people defending him.
But in the whole concept, I've been there to the whole thing. They're talking about that. There's certain rabbis talking about he's anti-Semitic and he's for the Intifada. So therefore, we got to stop him and we got to fund the other campaign. Right. So I want to make that very clear.
That's New York politics.
That's what we are in.
That's what it is. Does New York politics always use truth? No. Do they tell lies? Yes. Is he a bad guy? I don't believe so. I don't personally know him. But from what I see in here and from the way he conducts himself and the way he stays on what he states, I believe that he seems to be the truth.
Yeah. But you see, and it gets into a religious thing. We can't play that religious game.
Look, I'm from Bronx. I represented Bronx, South Bronx. I know many people all over the state. And I'm telling you.
Let me get to this thing about him applying and putting in as an African American, right? The word African American was designed because a lot of us in the census was not counted as black. Back then, we went to Jesse Jackson. Even from the Caribbean, people from the Caribbean wasn't counted as black in the census. So for the census purpose.
I didn't know what happened.
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this.
No, but let me finish explaining this. So that Mandani was born in Uganda. He's an African American. So he can check the African American box according to the census.
It doesn't matter where he's born at. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter because they're making it a campaign issue, Eric.
That's only because people are using politics as a divisive
I am
tool.
trying to explain to the community and to the black. For example, Mandani's middle name is Kwame, named after the most biggest African leader. He has an African name in him, right? So he was born in Africa. You want to tell me that he's not African? Come on, let's get real.
That's not an issue to me. So,
But it's an issue in the campaign, Eric.
well, they're gonna
It's an
make
issue in the
many things. They're
campaign.
gonna make anything
Because,
issue. Let me tell you something, Rabbi. Every African American, Black, Latino person I talk to in Bronx and in New York City that I know of tell me that they are supporting and voting for Mandani.
but that's
Okay?
not the point. The mayor, current mayor, and other people are saying that Mandani's a fraud because he fraudulently put African American on his application, and they want to investigate him. Yes,
that's racial and religious discrimination against them.
But it's a factual thing. They're asking for an investigation. So what I'm doing here right now is dispelling that he's not an African American.
Well,
that's all.
Okay. Well, I only think the only people that's an issue to is the media and those who created it. Far as the voters, I don't hear any voter or support or resident talking about that. I hear them talking about the fact that he wants affordable housing, the fact that he wants to put free buses, the fact high-speed free buses, the fact that he wants a safe community, the fact that he wants job creation. This is what I hear the people talking about.
Yeah, but you can try to make somebody look like they're not real and that they're a fraud. This issue is out there. So people, voters, you don't talk to every voter. I hear people talking about that. Oh, you say he's African American. He ain't no African American.
Well,
you understand? That's why I brought it out there.
And you know, like I said, I don't know who's the issue. It's not an issue to me, and I don't think at the end of the day, people's gonna use that to weigh out whether they should vote or not. They're gonna weigh out who is gonna be the best to lead New York City forward in the best manner of social justice, social equality for everyone. And all fingers seem to be pointing on Mandani. Zoran Mandani. And to me, I believing that he will be the next mayor of New York City and that he will conduct his role as mayor in an upright and good manner.
All right, so let's get to some of the issues there. For example, free bus, right? I was watching, I think, Reverend Sharpton's show, and on it he had the mayor of Kansas City. And he said, as mayor of Kansas City, we have free buses. I know it's a smaller city, but there are free buses for people to ride on, right? And today I'm on the bus. Here's what MTA does, New York City. They are criminalizing people because there's a lot of people who get on the bus and don't pay. So today I was coming on the bus, and five big security guys with a black jacket, they look like Homeland Security, came on the bus and asked me, did you pay? And they didn't pay. They gave them a ticket for $150 if you don't pay on the bus. This is what's happening now. They criminalize it. So now you got to go to court. Now you're a criminal because you didn't pay. You jumped the bus service. So if we have free buses, we don't need to go through all of that. You know what I mean? And they pay a lot of money to hire these security people to come and check on people to get them to see, did you pay your fare? So that to me will stop. Number two, about the property taxes for the white community, and they should pay more. Do you know?
And then hold on. 1 second, everybody. He didn't specify white community.
Yeah, well, it says it there.
He said wealthy. No, the ultra wealthy. He never said white community.
He also well put it this way. I'm saying, because when he said those communities, not just wealthy community, because there are some communities. We're talking about the property tax law in New York City. Is that if you live in the South Bronx, you live in the North Bronx, you live in Southeast Queens, you pay a higher property tax than people who live in Riverdale, people who live in College Point, who live in Benstonhurst, who live in all the white neighborhoods. We pay more taxes. So what he's talking about is equalizing, letting them pay equal taxes, and that would bring a lot of revenues in. You see, it's unfair.
I agree.
The tax system is unfair.
I agree.
Racist. And it's racist. Why should people who live in a so-called white neighborhood pay less taxes than neighbors that are people of color? So he's saying we're going to correct that. You pay equal taxes like the other people, and that will bring in some $1 billion in revenues for the city, because the white neighborhoods are underpaying their taxes, whilst we got to pay more. It's not a fair system. And he attempts to address that issue by saying, no, we're going to equalize the tax system.
And that's what you call fairness, and that's what people are looking for, fairness, right?
Yeah.
So nothing is wrong with someone who wants to be fair.
Yeah.
You can't take away for someone who wants to be fair. And why should someone in a less affluent community be paying more taxes than someone in an affluent community because they're less affluent? No, that's not fair. So to balance it out is what is fairness, and I agree.
Right. And we also talking about affordability. Now there's a big issue with, although the city does have some role in this, that the Mitchell-Lama, there's a lot of Mitchell-Lama in the city of New York, Concourse Village in the Bronx, of course, the biggest one of them being Co-op City, Rochdale Village in Queens, Esplanade Garden in Harlem, a bunch of them in Brooklyn, all over the place. Yet the state has decided to put 57% increase in their rent. And what has happened is that these Mitchell-Lama owe the city property taxes to millions and millions of dollars, and they owe the water bill.
Well, they should have replaced the state representatives of these communities and districts should be replaced for not standing up and putting a stop to that. 57% increase is going to take food off a senior citizens' table, food out their money budget. Many of them are retired and live on a fixed income. And to increase it by 57%, they're not getting their pensions increased. They're not getting their Social Security increased. So their money's getting reduced, less food in the homes, less money and opportunity to do things financially. And the state reps who didn't stand up and make a big fight about this should be voted out and replaced.
Right. And on the tax, on the city level, we're talking about the water bill, they could waive that. And also the tax bill, property tax bill that all of these Mitchell-Lama owes to the city.
And the governor should be ashamed for allowing that as well.
And the mayor should do something about it.
But we all know what it's all about.
The mayor has power over the property tax and the water bill. That's a city issue. And that's what I'm saying.
Well, look.
And nothing is being done on the city level to ease the burden of these homeowners. These
I can tell you one thing I believe. Man, Danny, once he's the mayor, I can tell you right now, I believe 100% that if it can be done, he's going to do it. If it needs to be done and there's a way, he's going to find it out and get it done, because his heart is in the right place. His mind is in the right place. And he's not just there in his mouth for political reasons. He's committed to really see the change and the improvement of life of the residents of New York City.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. It's democratic socialism. You know,
they can call it what they want. They'll call it anything when it comes to helping poor people and regular people and suffering people. They'll always put a label on it. But as they say, the gig is up now.
Do you know that Dr. Martin Luther King was a democratic socialist? And I'll tell everybody, who is the father of democratic socialism in the world? You know?
Kwame.
No, the Honorable Michael Manley, Prime Minister of Jamaica. established democratic socialism with another president from Europe. They're the father of democratic socialism. And what he did was, like in Jamaica, everybody had to pay to go to high school, right? People couldn't afford to go to high school. Most people couldn't go. He made it free. That's democratic socialism. So people could afford to get an education, right? Then they had no health care. He built free clinics for the people in the villages and made health care free. That's democratic socialism. Ain't that helping the people? What's wrong with that?
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Biblically in the Bible, whether you follow the Torah or whether you follow a Christian, where Jesus said you got to help those who need help. If you look at it, Jesus himself was I'm not quoting it, but based on his teachings and his philosophy, is a philosophy of democratic socialism. You reach out to help the poor. You don't leave them by the wayside. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's nothing wrong in helping people with the cost of living, with everything like that. And they also said that he couldn't freeze the rent. But who does freezing the rent? The Rent Guideline Board. Who is the Rent Guideline Board? Appointed by the mayor. Yes. So they can put a freeze on the rent. They don't have to increase the rent.
Rabbi, anybody who
When is he coming next? Your son. Tell him let's go bike.
Anybody who had a prayer for change or for something better, anybody who slept at night and wished that there would be a new day and a better day, anybody who said that they would hope to see the face of New York politics change, anybody who wished for a new day, their answer and their prayer has been answered and is coming true. You know why? Because this guy, Zoran Mandani, was at 1%. And I was one of the ones who said he haven't stand a chance. But because his vision as a visionary, because of the truth that he spoke out his mouth, and because of his commitment, and the people saw the integrity and honesty in him to really be about this mission of change, they believed him, and he skyrocketed in the polls and to become the Democratic nominee. Now, traditionally, in New York City politics, whoever has won the primary and became the nominee was the one that every party member and organization got behind, and he became the mayor. Now, for there to be a break or a split now in this tradition is a problem, because they're trying to change rules, which is a problem. And the problem is we have discrimination playing into this picture. We got religious discrimination and other things playing into this situation. And that should not have be the case, because that's not what the Democratic Party was about, and that's not what it stood for. And this is the reason why now, because the same Democratic Party got us in this mess now with this big, beautiful bill that just get passed through Congress. Because the Democrats failed the people, not just in New York, but in America. And if they don't get their act right and they don't change it, you're going to see more and major destruction in this country because of the Democratic Party. So now that we got a fresh of a new air, a new breath of whatever you want to call it, socialist, whatever. But it's a vision of a change for right things. Right. And that's why this man will be the mayor. Because the people are tired of the inconsistencies and the false promises of the Democratic Party.
Yeah. People are rebelling all over. Like, we just won a mayorship in Syracuse. Sharon Davis become the first black mayor in Syracuse. And the Democratic Party was against her. They fought against her, and she did the same movement. Young people get everybody involved. And she won against the Democratic machine by a landslide. The same thing happened in Albany, New York. You know, and some of these are my friends. I helped them in the campaign. A new black mayor going to be happening in Albany for the first time, the state capital, all because the Democratic Party is establishment are not going with the people. So that we look at it that way.
Well, I thank you for having me on the show, Rabbi. Keep up the good work and keep doing the good things in life, and things we will become the change we wish to see in the world, as Gandhi say, you know?
Yes.
So let's just keep it going. Yeah. And I see you have your other guest on, so part 2 of the show. So I thank you for having me on, and I'll let you continue with your second half with your new guest. So thank you for having me on.
Yes, I appreciate it, and let's do the work. That's
necessary. And vote Zoran Madani. Yeah. Not Magandhi, Madani. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank
you very much. At this point, we will take a break, and we'll go into the second part of the show, which is very important, which is the peace treaty between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda and the rebels there, where we're going to have stop the killing. That's something that was initiated by President Trump. So we want to discuss this in the second half. So at this point, we'll take a break. Hello, viewers in America and around the world. This is Garth Mashan for Millennium TV 24. I am the host for News and Views with the Rabbi. This platform is for all religions and much more. Please watch Millennium News 24 every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We are streaming on live TV and podcast, iOS and Android services, and all smart TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, and Apple TV. Globally, we are on Horizon Satellite. Our website is MillenniumTV24.com, MillenniumNews24.com, all social media, Millennium News 24. Hello, we are back, and we do have a special guest today. She's calling from San Francisco, and we're going to be discussing the issue of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Yes. We finally have peace, and we finally try to stop the killing. And I want to thank Dr. Noor for bringing this opportunity forward, because we were the only network in America who discussed what was happening in the Congo. And the Congo people are very appreciative of what we did at Millennium TV. And so therefore, we have this guest today, and I want her to introduce herself. Go right ahead. Are you there? Unmute yourself. Hello? A little technical difficulty.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yes, okay. All right, go ahead.
Hello, Rabbi. How are you? My name is Otokonda Blair, and I'm from Democratic Republic of Congo. I live in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, the Silicon Valley, California. And thank you for having me in your show again. This is like the third or fourth time that you're having me since January of this year. I'm thankful.
Yes. So I understand, based on what our show for Millennium TV, we even went into the Congo and people watching, even the president of the Democratic Party saw our show, and even President Trump saw our show, and it urged President Trump urgency to cut a peace deal so that we will stop the killing in the Congo. So the president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo will be coming to the White House, and we will be there to cover it. And finally, we have peace. Now, what's so important about this? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying this on this show before. Without the Democratic Republic of the Congo, we couldn't have a cell phone.
No.
All of the properties and minerals that develop this cell phone is developed in the Republic of the Congo. But
Yes.
the people in the Congo are slave labor, and the Chinese and all these people come in and they take the property all along with Rwanda and they steal all of that stuff and they make cell phones in China. All your cell phones made in China. Why? Because they take it from the Congo. So at least now with the peace treaty, we can start developing our own cell phones instead of, and stop exploiting the people in the Congo. We also have other minerals, a lot of minerals in the Congo. You know what I mean? Uranium. You can't make an atomic bomb without uranium. You can't do all that. That come from the Congo. You got a lot of different things in there: gold, diamond, oil. You know what I mean? You name it. It should be one of the richest countries in the world, but yet is one of the poorest in the world because the people are being exploited and they're being killed. And you got the major European countries, not only China, Russia, France. They're all in there exploiting, in America to some extent, exploiting the people. So I want you to go and explain some of that, please.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are appreciative for the mineral deal that have been signed between United States and the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we thank Mr. Trump, the President Trump, and its administration for having that peace deal and stopping the war that had been around for 30 years. It's the longest war in history. And now we, people of Democratic Republic of Congo, can at least enjoy the peace and enjoy what is under our grounds. Congo is the most, or I would say the richest country in the world. God has endowed us with so many stuff that we need for today and we needed even from yesterday. Congo and the United States have been together in this for a long time. The bomb that ended the Second World War was made from the uranium from Congo. That was bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So to tell you that this is not the first time that United States come together with Congo to do or to be together and make deals and in advancing of the whole war. So we are very thankful for Trump administration, and we are thankful for our President Tshisekedi, who was very receptive, and they knew that without this, our country is going to, I don't know if we're going to be eradicated or we're going to suffer for a long time. And not only Congo that we're going to suffer for a long time, but the whole world, because like you said, everything that we use today and that we're going to use tomorrow for advancement of technology is in Congo. Congo holds 60% of the mineral that is needed today and that is needed tomorrow, such as cobalt, gold, diamond, uranium, copper, bauxite, tin, titanium, all the 3T mineral are in Congo. So this deal really is not only the peace for Congolese, it's the peace for the whole world and it's prosperity for everybody, because where there is peace, the labor can be done easily, people can live, together and they do a lot of stuff or work and they think about how to help other people. But without the peace, it's going to be just benefiting some people, like 2% or 10% of the world, and everybody else was gonna, were being, undermined, and they were being just left alone. So this deal is not only for Congolese. We had to make it sure that people understand that this deal is for everybody, for the whole world. Yes, for the world, because to transfer for us to transfer to the next generation of technology, we need Congo. So Congo is in the middle of everybody's heart. Everybody that have a cell phone, everybody that have a tablet, that have a laptop, that driving electrical vehicle, it
Yes.
have a piece of Congo on its own. We
Yes.
all own Congo in our house. So Congo is supposed to be free of any, thing that like war, like, like segregation or whatever, so people can come, so we can work together and make everybody prosper. So this deal is for the whole world.
Right. So, like that, for example, I just give an example of bauxite that's in there. Most of the African countries and the Caribbean countries have bauxite: Jamaica, Guyana, Senegal, Congo, Guinea. Burkina Faso. All those Africa have bauxite. What is bauxite? Bauxite makes aluminum without the
Yes.
soil. Now,
Yes.
look who control aluminum. President Trump put a tariff on aluminum. Where the aluminum is coming from? China, Canada. They don't got no bauxite to make aluminum. They go and they take the earth and rob it from those countries. You know what I mean? And go to take it to China, smelter it into aluminum. How about getting those African countries like the Congo and giving them a smelter plant so they can make the aluminum, and they can even bring the aluminum to America and help America develop it instead of getting it from China.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. And now we're going to let President Trump know that you don't need to put tariff on you. Just go to Africa and go to the Caribbean and work with them and help develop the aluminum industry so that the countries can survive.
Yes. Yeah. So like we said, we all had to come together. We can't be selfish. And the Congolese people are not selfish. We want to welcome everybody. And we want to live in peace in a way that you bring whatever you have, take whatever you are. Our President Tshisekedi said, this is a win-win situation. When he said that, it means everybody can benefit. It's not only Congolese, it's not only American, but wherever material or those minerals are used, we are all enjoying it. So if we're enjoying it, we're supposed to enjoy it in peace. We're supposed to have everybody have a share, a community. Congolese people live in community. We are a community country. We want everybody to come from Caribbean, from all the African countries, from Europe, China, America, to come and exploit. No war. Just we're going to exploit, we're going to work together hand in hand, and we're going to enjoy the prosperity from Congo. We cannot stop people, but if there is war, and I'm so happy also that President Kagame accepted, because you cannot be killing your neighbors and thinking you're going to be in peace. Because no peace in Congo, there's no peace in the region. Congo has 9. It's the only country in the world that have 9 neighbors. The only country, again, in the whole world that God created that have 9 neighbors. We have Congo Brazzaville, we have Uganda, Tanzania, we have Sudan, South Sudan. We have Republic of Central Africa. We have Zambia. We have Angola. We have Uganda, Burundi. So all those countries will live in the middle. So God knew why He put us there. There is a reason for Him to put us there, because we're going to not only serve Africa, but you're going to serve the whole world. So having a war that's been killing people died for almost 30 years, and 6 or 7 million people died for no reason. It doesn't make sense. And the Congolese people are very thankful for the Trump administration, like I said in the beginning, and they are very thankful for President Tshisekedi to be proactive and receptive, and seeing that the condition of his people had to improve, must improve towards now. The time is now, not only for ourselves, but for the whole diaspora. The diaspora of Black people, it's not only us, it's you, Brother Marsha. It's everybody that came by boat, by plane, by whatever, by sea. They came abroad. So it's also time for us to go back home.
That's right.
Home and fix what our great-grandfather left us. I remember President Nana Akufo-Addo from Ghana. He came in a Senate in 2019 to say it's about time that our people come home. 400 years is enough for people to dismiss all over the world. And we want you Black people also to understand that without you, we're not going to build. We are all from the same mother. and we have to come back to the motherland to see where everybody can fit to help each other and help the world. So with you guys, we're gonna be stronger, and everybody can have a peace and they can share the prosperity wherever they are.
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, we're going to be sitting down with the president, and we're going to bring some Black community investors, because we going to try to invest in the Congo and do it right.
Yes. Yes.
And so we're gonna. I'm leading that. We're gonna bring some of us to the table so that we can invest right, so that we can even make some of the cell phones. We can get all that stuff. We can we can build the electric cars, because you can't build an electric car without the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
No, you can't.
You can't.
Nobody has what Congo has for the transition or ecological transition. So Congolese people, like I said again, we want everybody to come in a good term, come as a friend, as a brother, as a sister, to invest. And the President Tshisekedi really wants the Congo to be people to invest in Congo. Invest in any area that you want that will help prosperity for ourselves, for African, and also for the world. Because like you said, if we start importing, or we start manufacture of tin in Congo, manufacture of cobalt, manufacture of, people like all kind of mineral that we are doing, we have in Congo, and if we have the manufacture in Congo, that's the only time that the value chain can be improved, and also the contamination. We don't know that by taking stuff from Congo, go to the boats, all those manutention that we are transitioning, but we are transitioning with contamination. But if we do it in Congo, we have the manufacturing in Congo, everything will be stay in Congo, and it's going to be more great transition than taking in a bag and they put in a boat and they take it to China and they clean it from China, manufacture, take to America. Everybody that are touching that, there's some part of contamination to the environment and also to the people that are involved in touching the material. So if those material are done in Congo, everything is in Congo, it's peaceful for us too, because we control, and they not control only of what is happening, and then knowing that who touches, how we're going to handle it, and it's going to be better than, going all over the place.
That's why I want to suggest a reading to most of my audience, a book by Sir Walter Rodney, a Guyanese individual who wrote the book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. Europe would be what it is. America wouldn't be what it is without Africa, because Africa was blessed. God blessed Africa with all the good things, the oil, the diamond, the gold, you name it. Europe don't have it. China don't have it. America don't have it. Canada don't have it. France don't have it, and England definitely don't have it. But they came in and they took that all out of Africa, exploited the people, and make their country rich and leave us poor.
Yes. Yeah, right? It's about time, like we said, God endowed us not only for us. President Felix Tshisekedi always said, Congo is a country's solution to the war. It's a country that have a lot of solution for everybody, not only for us, African or Black people. It's for everybody. What we have, Congo can not only use it itself. No, it's too much. It's too much. We won't be able to use it. It's going to be a waste. So why do you have enough and you can't share? So the share is what we want. And he wants a win-win situation in a way that Congolese people have been suffering a lot. So it's about time that the peace come and the prosperity that's underground, and on top, beside that, we have also a lot of arable lands that people can cultivate. If Congo cultivates, we can feed the whole Africa and beyond. So it's not only the land, it's not under what is under the land. He's talking now even to say the land before the soil under. Because the top of the land is so rich that we have not even touched it. Congolese have not even planted anything. So we have so much land, so much water. And imagine the electrical dam. Inga is the most powerful electrical dam in the whole world.
Right.
We can feed, electricity can be given to all African countries from Congo. That's how rich the country is. That's how rich God gave to us. And he didn't give us just for ourselves. He gave for
Yes.
the whole world.
To
He
share the
gave
world to the world.
everybody
That's
to
right.
come and share the wealth, the
They call
water,
Olam,
the
which
land,
means
and
the
the
whole
soil.
world.
Yes. So everybody can come, like you say. We are having a conference, like I told you, I sent you, you're gonna show people. We're having economic conference that we're having in Silicon Valley. Why? It's gonna be in October, the 1st and the 2nd and the 3rd. Why? Because as you guys know, Silicon Valley is like the plague. It's like where everybody stays, where the mind, the innovation, and the people come together and they bring solution to so many problems. Silicon Valley is where all those companies we see, Apple, Google, Tesla, you name it, Facebook, Yahoo, everybody's in Silicon Valley. So we bring in this conference to showcase Congo. Why Congo? Because Congo today is where everybody is. Everybody's going. So we are showing that to the world, to people that don't know it. And it's about time that we also start investing where the raw material comes, so that way the prosperity can be shared. So investing in Congo, it's being part of the revolution of this generation and the next one and beyond. So this conference is going to be 3 days conference that's going to bring all the investors that want to come to Silicon Valley and they hear from the first hand. We're going to invite the official from Congo to come and they tell us what do we have, how do we get it, where do we go, how do we start to go to Congo. So this conference is for everybody that have a mindset, that have a business-oriented mind, that want to come to Congo. This is the interest, because the next deal, like you said, President Tshisekedi is coming in Washington this month to finalize the deal with the President Kagame, the peace deal. So after this, we have this conference to show people how the paperwork is done. Where do you start? Where do you go? Because Congo have 26 provinces. And each province have something different than somebody else have. Kasai might have diamond, Kasai might have fresh water, and the Lualaba have coltan. And it's not in the same place. You take a plane from Kinshasa to Lualaba, it's 3 or 4 hours. So to tell you for investor standpoint, if you don't know where you're going, you are lost in Congo.
Right.
You are lost because it's so big. It's so big, it's like a continent. So if you don't know where you are going, there's no way for you to make it up.
That's why we're gonna be at that conference, and we're gonna be discussing how, as African American people here, that we can help Congo and we can invest in Congo and help develop the country and help develop our communities.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. We have many.
Because we can develop the cell phone by just being in the Congo ourselves as African American people.
Exactly.
We can go into the business. We can do all this stuff, and we are hoping with meeting the president that we can develop this relationship so that we can go to the Congo and we can do those investments to help build our community back here too.
Yes.
Because that's what you said. That's what we are saying. World.
Exactly. That's why we are saying that it's about time that everybody go back home to start from there and come here. Because if you're building, like you have a cell phone company, you're building in Congo, you're not going to sell to only Congolese. People from Kenya, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Egypt, they'll buy it. So why not go to Congo? It's about time that everybody go back to where we came from. And Africa is the only country at the continent at this time that's in its pride. All the continents are really developed except Africa. So why? It's a time. It's about time that we go.
If you have a contact number, I want you to give it out so that people can contact you. And I'm gonna give mine out because we gonna really try to develop our communities and help the Congo develop and be there for them.
Yes, my contact number is
for us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My contact number is 650-669-2832. 650-669-2832. And my name is Otokonda Blair. You can call me at any time so we can talk, and I can direct you. There's a website that you can go and register to attend the conference. So you can call me, and because you're going to share it, I send you the link. You can share it with your audience on the stream so they can go there and take the website and check what we have. And we really want all those people that have mindset engineer, whoever have mindset of going and doing business in Congo, to come to this conference, because this conference is going to give them more information that they need, and they have to start to, to start the milestone to go to Congo.
And I want you to shout out to Dr. Noor. The president of want us there at the White House to help him, do the coverage, right? Correct? Could you talk to Dr. Noor directly, please?
Okay. No problem.
Yes. So Dr. Noor, I guess it's time for us to go. We had a good discussion today. So with that, we're going to be doing work, and we're going to be following up on this very important matter in the Congo. Mm-hmm. And may God bless you all. And we ask you to, final word.
Yeah, my final word, on the 25th of this month, Congolese people, and we want everybody that is from the diaspora to go to Washington, because we're going to thank President Trump for what he did. For us African, if somebody does something to you, you have to really go and take them in person. So we're going to start, it's going to be a walk from the White House. We're going to start from the State Department, and we're going to go to the White House. We're going to thank President Trump. We're going to thank Minister Rubio. We're going to thank Mr. Boulos, for the wonderful work that they have been doing and the follow-up that they have been doing. And this Congolese want to take them in person, not live stream, not on a written note. We're gonna go and depose a memo of thank you for ending the war that have been here for 30 years. So we want our brother also from the African diaspora, African American, to join us on that Friday to go to Washington and say thank you to Mr. Trump and its administration, for the State Department and everybody that have been involved on Congolese peacekeeping. And for now forward, President Tshisekedi said the work is starting now. Madame the Minister Kwai Kamba, thank you to you for being so diligent, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Congo, for follow through and taking us to this point. We are really, really thankful for everyone that have been in this process for us to reach here. So Friday, 25th of July in Washington, D.C., and from there, we're going to come to the forum in Silicon Valley on October 1st to the 3rd of 2025 in Silicon Valley. Thank you so much, Rabbi, for inviting me again to your show. And I hope this is not the last. We're going to the conversation continue. Thank you.
And he says, shalom, alaikum shalom. Peace.
Alaikum shalom.
At least peace at last.
Thank you.
The
Peace
killing
at last.
has been stopped because of this peace initiative. And so we thank the Lord for doing that to stop the genocide in the Congo.
Yeah, I can say something in French.
Celebrate it.
Yes, I can say something in French. 1 minute.
Yeah, go ahead. Finally.
Yeah, je voulais inviter tous les Congolais qui sont dans la diaspora. Le 25 juillet 2025, on sera à Washington. On va aller au State Department, le département d'État, pour dire merci à l'administration de M. Trump, et on va aller à la Maison Blanche aussi pour dire merci au président Trump, parce que vous connaissez, nous les Africains, on ne peut pas remercier la personne en écrivant une lettre, mais on doit aller lui dire merci face à face. Le 25, vendredi le 25 juillet à Washington, D.C., on sera au département d'État et puis on va aller aussi à la Maison Blanche pour dire merci pour la paix et pour les deals qui ont été d'être établis entre le Congo et les États-Unis. Pour Président Tshisekedi, je vous salue et du courage, nous sommes derrière toi, la diaspora américaine est derrière vous Nous sommes tous des combattants. Vous êtes les produits de la diaspora et nous vous aimons. À Madame Kwaikumba, je vous salue, femme forte. Continuez puisque nous sommes derrière vous. Notre pays ne sera jamais comme avant. On va mettre la main dans la pâte et nous arrivons. Merci pour la diaspora congolaise des États-Unis, Madame Blais. Thank you. So
that's good. You see the colonial thing in Africa, most of the West African countries speak French because you know what I mean. So I'm glad you were able to deliver that because this is being shown in the Congo, and it's good that you were able to express it in French so that the people there can follow us.
Merci.
So with that, merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. We're gonna continue. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So with that, I say thank you and keep on watching us on Millennium TV 24news.com. And we can be here every Monday from 1 to 2, although we were late today. So with that, I say thank you very much and God bless.
Okay, thank you.